I'm looking right now at the biggest box office bombs according to Pajiba.com. Pajiba? I don't know.
Oh,
Pajiba.
Uh,
sounds like a reliable
Vagina.
source.
yeah, I don't know. It was the first thing that popped up for me. Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, that
didn't
that
see
doesn't
that shit.
surprise me that it bombed.
I
Wait,
guess
wasn't that like the last movie Died was in?
who?
No, that's Fast and Furious. No, Need for Speed had
Oh, okay.
Jesse Pinkman in it. Like he was on an episode of Raw as a
He
guest
was.
host.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was promoting that movie.
It was
So
like you like Fast and the Furious. Well, we're kind of Fast and the Furious. Can you
you
guys
know what, Need
please
for
come to the
Speed.
theater?
I've always liked Need for Speed games better than to Fast and even though they made a couple Fast and
better
Furious
better than
games.
Fast and Furious games? Well, of course,
Yeah.
if they're games based on movies, of course they're gonna fucking suck.
Well,
You know,
Need for Speed.
they need to make a
I don't
game,
know.
or they need to make a movie on that video game from N64 where it was just all Volkswagen Beetles. They should make a movie about that racing game.
What game was that? I don't remember that at all.
Oh, it was like Wild Beetle Adventure. Let's see. Beetle Racing Nintendo 64.
You know what? If movies based off of video games are always terrible, and video games based off of movies are always terrible, what would you do if you made a video game based off of a movie based off of a video game, or like the movie based off a video game based off of a movie, or some shit like that?
That's kind of like that time that I read the novelization of the movie Jurassic Park. No lie, like when I was little, and you got like the book fair things at school, and then
Yeah.
you got these little scholastic forms, and you check off what books you wanted. I wanted the novelization of the Jurassic Park movie.
Dude, that's awesome though. I would have got that immediately.
Oh hell yeah!
I got a friend. Speaking of that, this is totally. All right, we could justify this as being a literature discussion of fanboys. Sure, why not? I remember when we did that every year too. It was called Reading is Fundamental for some reason, even though none of the kids ever fucking read their books. I used to grab the same book almost every year because I was just like, yeah, I like this book. I'll just keep getting this. It was 2 Minute Mysteries, and fourth grade, which we were what, like 10 or something, I think at the time. A friend of mine grabs one of the Peanuts books, and they're like, I think you're a little bit too old for this. And he's just like, nah, Charlie Brown's awesome. As soon as we get into the classroom, he just dumps it out the window. We're on like the second floor. And he's just like, I lost my book. Teacher's like, what the hell did you do that for? And he's just like, that was Peanuts. I was too old for that shit anyway. All the people doing the reading stuff are just like, you just wasted a whole fucking book for these little kids in like kindergarten and shit could have been reading this. And he's just like, nah, it's fine. I just wanted to throw it out the window. So at least you got the Jurassic Park thing where you could read the book and be into it instead of just, throwing it the fuck away. But that's like some crazy Inception shit right there. Beetle Adventure Racing.
Yeah, I told
How
you it
did you
was real.
remember this?
How could you forget playing this game? This is back in the days when you actually went to the Blockbuster or wherever it was, and you looked at video games on the shelf, and if you see a video game cover that's just a Volkswagen Beetle and it says Beetle Adventure Racing, you don't pass that shit up.
This was during the era of Glover, so Glover was pretty awesome. Legend of Hercules is on this list, as well as Pompeii. They look like the exact same movie.
Which one? The Hercules with The Rock or the Hercules with John Morrison?
No, this isn't even either of those.
And Pompeii was the movie with Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. That was actually supposed to be pretty good.
If they don't put the Gladding Gladiator, I do not care for Hercules.
The Legends of Hercules was Kellen Lutz.
Wait, so it wasn't even the one with The Rock?
No, that was just Hercules.
How many fucking Hercules movies came out this year?
People
No, that's what
love
I
to
mentioned
do
that
Hercules.
earlier. There was way too many Hercules movies that came out in the past 2 years.
And they all suck. Like, this all exploded from Gladiator, and I think Gladiator
I'm pretty sure every Hercules movie has sucked.
Yeah.
No, the Disney one's fucking awesome.
Oh,
fuck you.
okay, you got me there. Yeah, the Disney cartoon ones.
I
Yeah,
would
but
rank
Disney
that
does
low on the
something
Disney movies. I never get the itch to watch that movie.
I watched the Aristocats today.
I watched the Aristocats like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
The Aristocats, not the
this is a
Aristocrats, right?
riveting conversation.
Aristocats.
Yeah, the autistic cats.
Because the Aristocrats documentary is kind of a pain in the ass. But then we got
good for you.
Noah on here. Noah was apparently a box office bomb. Not many people wanted to watch the movie for Emma Watson.
Watson.
It's because it wasn't Emma Stone, that's why. If it was Emma Stone, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, too bad no one's putting Emma Stones in their movie anymore.
What's Stoner? You know what I'm saying?
I'd put something in Emma Stone. Hey-o. Transcendence. That's a movie that I wanted to check out, but I heard a lot of bad things about it, and I got kind of the feeling that it wouldn't be amazing. It was an interesting concept, but it just didn't seem like it would be well executed. That's the movie with Johnny Depp, and he's like becomes a computer or something. So I'm not too surprised at that bomb. I don't even know what Blended is. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. They did another fucking movie together?
Oh
Yeah.
no, that was the one where they went to Africa or some shit like that.
Sounds terrible. Just announcing Drew Barrymore's in it.
I don't know. They announced that Adam Sandler too, so the film's not going to go over well with critics.
Jupiter Ascending came out? I thought that didn't even come out. It was going to come out at the beginning of this year.
Mhm.
I don't know. Oh wait, here's the other Hercules movie that apparently bombed too.
The
And
one
the
with the
expensive
Rock
Which one?
with
John Morrison?
Morrison.
John Morrison or The Rock?
The one with the one with the Rock.
Okay.
Okay, but when can we talk about John Morrison?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
That's the important
bombed
one.
to the point where it's not even on the list.
And more importantly, can we talk about the one that has Drew McIntyre in it?
Yeah. Oh, damn it, I was just about to make a Drew McIntyre joke. Fuck you.
He was in one too.
Oh my god.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The Equalizer. That looked like an interesting movie. That was Denzel
Oh my
Washington.
By the way, Drew McIntyre is the first joke of the year.
God.
And The Expendables 3, which I saw the first movie and that was enough.
Well, they're all the same.
So, what about the Expendables 2 though? What?
I wasn't
About the Expendables.
I got
don't know.
I got my fill of the Expendables after the first movie.
Oh, it wasn't that expendable. I mean, they made a second and a third one.
It's very expendable.
So, okay,
Drew McIntyre.
Mr. Dink totally throws me off.
I tried to let it slide, but I'm like, nope. Can't. Too funny.
So, what were some of the movies that you guys saw this year that you were really fond of or you thought were really shitty? I've been talking quite a bit, so I'll let you guys kind of take the reign.
Yo, it was a really shitty movie I saw this year. One Crazy Summer. It's from like 1985, where the fuck it was. It's from, but we watched it for the For Real Movie Club this year, and my god, that movie was terrible.
That might have been the worst movie that I've seen this year. I think it's the only movie that I've
It
shut
might
off.
be one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
It was
true.
fucking terrible.
I don't know if I'd rank it as bad as some other movies that I've seen before. I mean, I saw fucking Hercules in New York. Speaking about Hercules stuff, and that's Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around with some little Jewish guy, and the guy's just kind of like, "Well, you're tough, aren't you?" And like the entire fucking movie.
That sounds awesome.
It is god fucking atrocious. Tank Girl's always been one of the least favorite movies of mine, and Zapped too. So I don't know if I'd rank him as bad as that, but man, that was definitely the worst movie I've seen this year.
I don't know. I finished Tank Girl. I did not finish One Crazy Summer, and I tried twice to.
Yeah, Days.
Happy days.
What were some of the ones that you really, really enjoyed that we haven't talked about, Paden?
As far as ones that came out this year, I didn't get to go to the theaters too much, honestly. There's one movie we didn't talk about. I guess it would more be something I put into something I didn't enjoy. Can I bring that up yet?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. TMNT. Fuck you, Michael Bay. What the fuck was that bullshit?
Did you really expect it to be good? Because Michael Bay was
Yes!
associated with it. That's your own fucking fault. I
Well,
knew
first
it was
off,
going to suck as soon as.
he was only producer on it, so
I don't
the-
care. It's Michael
better
Bay.
for it.
He was in charge of it in some capacity. You had to have seen it coming. You could have
Listen,
not
Michael
expected.
Bay is actually all jokes aside, Michael Bay is actually a very talented film creator.
He
Alright.
gets
Yeah.
a lot more flack than he should because people think that the joke is funny.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's funny when it's explosion.
But you know what?
True.
That
You're
wasn't
the
even,
fucking Michael Bay of smack talk, by the way.
but the thing is, that wasn't even the TMNT's problem.
No.
It wasn't that it was constant explosions and constant action. It was that a lack of anything else. A lack of anything.
It's
didn't
because
have-
it was filled
it
with
was-
Megan Fox, dude.
If it was all
Yeah,
explosions,
Megan
it
Fox,
actually probably would have been good. But it was all like non-characterization humor. Like it was all fucking dumb.
The biggest issue I had with that movie was it didn't feel like you were watching a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It felt like you were watching like a really expensive fan fiction kind of thing. Like they were like, "Oh, dude, it's so awesome. Like Michelangelo makes this joke and everybody fucking laughs because it's fucking funny. Just fucking laugh, dude. Just fucking laugh." Like, and Raphael's just kind of like, "I'm the tough guy and fuck you, buddy." But you you get a better impression of these characters from the first movie. You know, you don't need to beat everybody over the head with a lot of stuff. And yeah, there were some parts that were decent and some jokes that kind of made me laugh a little bit and stuff. But there's a difference between you watch the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and Michelangelo's eating that fucking Butterfinger or whatever it is, and Raphael's like, "Can you chew any louder?" And he just goes in his fucking ear, and that's like, you know, because Michelangelo's a dick like that. But in this movie, it's like Michelangelo farts in front of the other ones, and they're just like, "Oh, Mike," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I farted, guys." Like, it's like, oh, you didn't even try, you know? Like, that's the kind of consensus that I got. They didn't try hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Wago? Movies that you liked or didn't like this year?
Everything we've already kind of mentioned. Best movie that I watched this year was Guardians of the Galaxy. And
You're here.
yeah, and the only other movie that I really enjoyed this year was probably How to Train Your Dragon 2. It was just fun.
Anybody see The Maze Runner?
I saw like half of it. It actually was really intriguing. I wanted to see the rest of it.
I got up to the
definitely
part where there was walking, but no, I missed the running part.
Where there was just solving the maze.
Yeah.
No, I stopped at the part where they ran into the wall. That kept on getting annoying.
If I remember correctly, Shaun, you hated the RoboCop reboot, right?
Ugh. Wait, did that come out this year?
Yeah.
Because that fucking sucks.
Oh, hang on, I got
I don't know.
I
Sean
didn't
hates anything rebooted.
I didn't mind watching it the second time round. The first time round, I thought it was fucking awful.
I thought that it was pretty decent. It's not as good as the first one for nostalgia purposes and stuff, but I would watch a second one if they were going to continue this. And then I would compare it to it.
The second Hunger Games fucking sucked.
The second Hunger Games, even though it's the third one.
It is?
Yeah, this is the third one. It's part one of the second.
Yeah, it's part one of the third book.
He was just saying the second one.
What the hell was it? Like Catching Fire?
No, he didn't see the new one yet.
Mockingjay.
No, he saw the one because he did.
Yeah, he saw the new one.
Oh.
Mockingjay?
Mockingjay, yeah.
Mockingjay's,
Mockingjay.
yeah, that's the third book.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Catching Fire's the second, and then...
Oh, I forgot about that one. There's a reason I forgot about it.
It's just... No, it wasn't... I didn't think it sucked. I saw it eventually. It was okay, but...
Talk. Hey, give my sister
slow.
her cat. Talk.
Well, Shaun, what other positives or negatives for movies this year other than RoboCop?
None of what can... More birds. Let's give me legs.
Maybe I fell asleep because of the fucking Power Ranger movie shit.
Oh, it's got Jason David Frank in it.
All right, well, we'll figure out what's going on with Shaun. But Drew, in the meantime, any positives and negatives for movies this year?
Just saying.
I didn't see that many terrible movies, but that's mainly because I didn't go to the movies too much, and I didn't really watch too many movies at home. But
just too many movies.
Just too many movies. But yeah, TMNT was definitely the worst I saw. Just Michael Bay, I just knew. Hey, to the defense of the movie, I'll give it this. I wasn't expecting it to suck, so when it did, I probably didn't give it as much of a chance as it should have, probably. So I will give it that, and maybe if I watch it later on, it will probably be better than what I think it is. But yeah, right now it just sucks. But yeah, best movie? Fucking Lego movie. Come on. Everything is awesome, Tony. No, shut the fuck up, Tony. That movie was awesome, okay?
Nah.
If you can't be... Oh, my bad. If you can't be happy, then I'm sorry, okay? He gets the girl of his dreams. He is the one. Morgan Freeman told him he was the one, okay?
I'm guessing you could have taken all of that movie out except for the Morgan Freeman parts, and it would have been the best movie ever.
Oh, of course.
Probably.
Has Morgan Freeman not won an Oscar?
Well, then you would have lost out on the Batman parts.
I'm pretty sure Morgan Freeman actually has won every single Oscar. Like, whenever anybody gets an Oscar, they just walk off stage and hand it to Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay.
Like, best like makeup design and shit like that. They're just kind of like, here you go, Morgan. And he's just like, thank you. I got a lot of these in the car. Like, he goes to present an award, and he's just kind of like, all right, the award for best cinematography Doesn't really
No, no,
fucking
no, no,
matter.
no,
It's
no,
just
hold
gonna
on,
go
hold on,
in
hold
my
on.
house anyway, so I'm just gonna take this and fucking
Hold
leave.
on. You can't do a Morgan Freeman impression without doing the impression of his voice.
Oh, I can't do a Morgan Freeman impression.
Well, then that
so
fucking
I'm not-
sucks.
Yeah,
This is-
I don't think we're allowed to do Morgan Freeman impressions, Drew.
Oh, my bad. My bad. My
I
I
bad.
typically
mean,
don't-
your last name's White.
Yeah, but he wears a white suit in Bruce Almighty. So
Oh no, okay, that makes him a white guy.
Yeah, that's not a stretch, isn't it?
no, it's all good. Yeah. What do you mean? He has white hair.
I
Preston,
just
don't tell
I'm
me he doesn't.
scrolling through this list right here. I just came across the movie Sex Tape. That kind of brings up a big
That was
topic. That I didn't see that, and I figured
I
it's
didn't
gonna
see
suck.
it.
That was
I thought
fucking
it was.
terrible. The jokes were fucking lame. They actually, you might actually enjoy it, Mango. They were.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel
They're
like it
your
was just
type
gonna be a
of
movie
jokes.
about a bunch of puns of sex, and I don't know. It just didn't seem. It felt like something that I knew was gonna be terrible before we're going to see
And
it.
Jack Black was way out of place in that fucking film.
Oh, Jack Black was in it.
You put
I
Jack
didn't
Black in
like
it. You put Cameron Diaz. You're already starting to lose me. I figured it was a cash grab more than anything else, but I highly doubt I'm going to check it out. But that made me think, though, of another topic that we definitely got to talk about, and that's one of the biggest stories of the entire year for internet kind of stuff and for pop culture and celebrities and all that. The Fappening. Fappening was fucking huge this year.
Well, it wasn't huge last year, that's for sure.
What are you trying to say, Mike?
Well, I'm just saying there's one more movie I think we need to talk about before we move on from movies.
Okay, throw that out there.
And I actually really thought you were about to transition into it because you were talking about how it was this big controversy and one of the biggest events of the year.
The interview, yeah.
The interview.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Hollywood's
Well,
a bunch of
I'll speak
pictures.
first about
Yeah.
it because I actually
Promote-
read the article for it. Anyways.
Oh well, fuck us then, right, Drew? Go ahead.
To an
Hey,
extent, we can kind of combine these two together because they're all about the whole hacking and whether or not you should be releasing things and illegal stuff, and people are like supporting certain things about it and supporting other things and saying there's really, and I can't deny that most people don't fall into this kind of like hypocritical situation, and I'm a part of it. People are like, well, would you want your information to be hacked? And it's like, no. Well, then why are you watching what other people do? Well, these celebrities are hot, or like, well, this movie looked like it might have some funny jokes or whatever.
Because she has boobs, that's why.
Well, I mean, if we're factoring these two together, something else that should just be thrown into the conversation as well is Gamergate.
Yeah, all the
That whole fucking shit.
all the Sony.
I still don't even know what that's about.
Was it this year or was it last
Like-
year?
Like
where-
Gamergate? That was this year.
Was it this year or last year where the whole Target thing went down?
Oh, that was wasn't that like last Black Friday? Around when that happened?
Yeah.
So that was
I
last
can't
year
remember
around
for
Black
sure.
Friday.
But there's a lot of people hacking into stuff, a lot of people manipulating, releasing information and all that. Obviously, you can't really condone most, if not all of it, but that was like a big story this year of a lot of these different things happening. Let's talk about, because we are on the track of movies and stuff, let's talk about the interview thing. We never did a podcast about our thoughts on the interview or any of that. First off, did anybody watch it yet?
Nope.
No. I was gonna go probably rent it tomorrow.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Do you usually like Seth Rogen movies?
Of course.
I can't remember the last time when I watched it was the one where he got this bird pregnant.
See,
Name-
when James
name a
Franco
few
is
Seth-
playing himself in a movie, essentially, I could deal with it. Because James Franco does one thing well, and that's playing himself.
You're trying to say name a few?
Yeah, name a few movies he's done. I can't remember what the fuck he's done.
Pineapple
Seth Rogen?
Express.
Yeah, I'll talk at once.
Superbad. He was in Superbad.
Pineapple Express is one of them.
Okay, he sucks.
Knocked Up.
Knocked
Yeah.
Up, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Drew.
Zach and Miri make a porno.
Zach and
Oh,
Miri
I
Love
love that movie.
You kind of can't constitute it as one, but Green Hornet. That was kind of like
Yeah.
half and half.
Oh, I'd totally count that.
40-year-old virgin.
He was
Oh,
there?
yeah. Fuck.
He was in
Yeah,
that.
it was. Yeah, it was.
I never saw it. That was about the whole, speaking of earlier, like comedians doing the same kind of thing. I kind of figured that was like the Steve Carell being Steve Carell kind of thing. So.
Yep.
Steve Carell is
And it was awesome.
Steve Carell.
Seth
I don't
Rogen
know.
is a guy that I like if he is not just in that kind of situation. Like, I like Superbad, but I wasn't a big fan of Pineapple Express. So I kind of figured the interview wouldn't be a movie that I would love, and I've been hearing that it's terrible. So
No, I've actually heard people say it was really good.
it might be the huge divide of like whether or not
It's
you
gonna be.
think
I
it's
think
funny.
it's definitely gonna be one of those movies you either love or hate. I don't think
Yeah.
there's much of a middle grounds for it.
I need to wait for the hype to die down.
Maybe
I'm not getting caught up in that shit.
that's one of the reasons why I didn't really like Pineapple Express, because I heard from a lot of people it's the funniest fucking movie, and I watch it every day, and I'm like, well, all right, there's a couple jokes I can laugh at, but that's about it.
No, people
You're
told
not
me
a
like,
stoner.
oh no, yeah. See, I bet you were talking to stoners, and they're like, oh, I love a good joke about getting high.
The main one that recommended it to me was somebody who had just recently really, really gotten into weed, so that's probably, yeah. And then he got
If you
into a
want to see
whole
a
bunch of
good
other
Seth
drugs.
Rogen movie, watch This Is the End. That movie's really good.
If you want a good stoner movie in general, just fucking watch anything Trailer Park Boys related.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the interview, political side of things, what did you guys think? Because my first reaction was, why don't you just fucking release it online and do this as like a test run to see if people will buy shit online? And, you know, if you're not going to release it in movie theaters, you're going to lose all your money. If you release it online and people pirate it and stuff, well, at least you can make some money back, and you can get that to gauge, you know, a lot of people want people to release things online the same day that they're released in movie theaters. I think that's a bad idea. But, you know, at least they'd have this kind of the test to see like what could happen. And this is a big movie with big following and all that kind of stuff. And if it didn't get anything from people buying it, because as soon as it was released online, people just pirated it, then you know you can't release it in the future. And you got to think of alternative strategies and stuff. But hey, if it made a shit ton of money, then, you know, maybe you could do this in a couple of years and stuff. But did you guys follow that kind of idea, or were you part of the whole like, don't release it at all because you got to be worrying about people, or the militant, fuck you, I should watch any of these movies, and I think that you should release it and send a copy to fucking Kim Jong-un and with blood all over it? Like, some of these people like go crazy, and they're like, well, we should just film actual footage of us killing him, and it's like, calm the fuck down.
Oh my god.
Let's go around here real quick though. Drew, you know, what were your thoughts when this whole thing went down?
When I heard about it, and I was a few hours late into the whole thing. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, when I heard about it, I was a few hours weekend. Oh my god. Fuck you guys.
All right,
I don't
let you
know.
talk.
Are you fucking done? Anyways. God damn
For those who don't follow our Smack Talk side of things, we've all been so comfortable with each other. That's why we're doing this.
Oh my god. Okay.
Talk.
Everyone's comfortable except for our listeners. What are you talking
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
yeah.
That's why I'm throwing it
They
out
probably
there.
have no fucking clue what's going on. But no, I was very mixed on it. While I understood that they would, like, you know, just cancel it because, you know, it doesn't matter if North Korea is not much of a threat and they talk a big game and don't really back it up. They do have the capabilities of at least launching a nuke and it hitting the West Coast. That being said, I was very hesitant on the whole idea of releasing it, and I'm actually surprised it took them this long because North Korea mentioned it back in like June that they did not like the movie and that they were going to take actions if it was released. So I honestly was surprised it took them this long. You know, then they ended up releasing it online, which I'm fine with because I was going to watch it regardless. It was going to get leaked eventually to be shown online. So I knew eventually I was going to be able to see it, and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing it. And whether or not that there were some talks that they canceled it because of the publicity they got from it, and you know, there's no fucking way they're going to get all the money back that they went into marketing because I saw so many fucking commercials for this movie. There's no way they're going to get all of their marketing money back, but at least they're trying to get some type of money back from it. So. Honestly, I'm not surprised that they did it, but in the end, I'm glad that they at least released it online.
What about you, Shaun? What did you think, being somebody outside of this conflict in a different country?
Ain't my problem. I don't want to get involved.
Well, thanks, Switzerland.
No.
There you go. That's
No, it
my
ain't his problem
stance on it.
until everyone's fucking gone and then they're the only ones that left. Then it's his problem.
Right, if you want to nuke North Korea, if North Korea want to nuke you, be my guest. Just don't get my country involved. My country's only small. We don't have any nukes. We have to borrow our nukes from England. All right.
Wago, your thoughts on this whole situation?
America, what the fuck is wrong with you? You wanted to fight terrorism, and then you bend over backwards and go, please, Mr. Terrorist, fuck me right here.
No, I feel like if they did that, then they would have allowed the movie to be released, and then stuff actually happens because of it.
Here's the thing. Why the fuck do you give a shit what Kim Jong-un's gonna do? He's not got that type of military power where he's that big of a threat. If we wanted him gone, they'd be gone.
It doesn't matter. He's a threat regardless.
The one time he'd attack, he's fucked.
Dude, you're talking about the dude who's got like over 1 billion hits on YouTube for Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Yes, same guy.
See, the thing is, if you look at it like that, then you lose a few 100,000 million people if they did something just to take him out. And I don't think the United States would be willing to make that risk. They don't want to lose people because
if you're against
of an attack.
terrorism, then you're a fucking asshole if you agree with this because you've taken so many steps backwards. You don't fight fucking terrorism by bowing down to it.
Paden,
So
what do you
fight
think?
terrorism by letting him do that. Okay.
I really don't see what everyone got in such a tizzy about. If North Korea wanted to make threats, then let them make their threats. And if they want to act, then we'll fucking destroy them because we're fucking America and that's what we do.
America, yeah.
That's all I gotta fucking say.
Did you just rewatch that other 4 Real Movie Club movie we watched this year about the fucking armadillo? Yeah, you're in super America mode.
Well, you know what is funny is that after the movie got pulled from a lot of theaters, a lot of them were starting to say that in its place they were going to play Team America.
Right.
I was like, hell yeah, I want to go see Team America.
I laughed so hard when I heard about that because that was like such a fuck you, and it's exactly what I would want to do in that situation. Just be like, all right, fine. Instead, we're gonna do the one where we kill your dad. What the heck?
Isn't it awesome though that there's a movie for killing both family members?
There's probably a bunch about Osama bin Laden and
Yeah, but
who's
like,
the other guy?
It's called Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, Zero Dark 30. What was the?
How much? Doesn't it go to show though how much of a cunt that his son is more than that they've already released a movie about killing him? He's only a few years into his reign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got in the reign 2011.
Got a long way to go.
Like very into 2011, like in late December around this time.
Like when he won the title.
It's like, oh, hurrah, you remember my dad? Well, you're really fucked now.
Yeah, that's not racist at all, right?
I think his issue is he wants to show power by yelling and shows that he's more than a power than his dad, and then which that's fucking fine. That's fine if he does it because they don't really have much to deal with. But you shouldn't. Still, he's a threat that you need to deal with.
Oh, hurrah, you do Gangnam Style?
Oh, how about you want chicken? Or say sweet sour chicken?
God. Before we get into an even worse situation, let's talk about the other
Drew
one.
takes the heat off me.
Your sweet sour chicken from Comic
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't know that Drew was the dude from South Park, the Shitty Walk dude.
Goddamn Mongolians!
Goddamn Mongolians! I love how doesn't he in like the Stick of Truth? Like doesn't he like own like multiple restaurants?
Not that far in.
Oh my god. He the best part of Stick of Truth is that guy could be summoned as like a
an extra helper
character.
thing.
Yeah, like an extra guy you just call in and he just comes in with all of his fancy ninjutsu swords and just chops someone up.
Oh my god!
That was a good game.
I
love it,
Like Tony goes, that was pretty racist.
Are we gonna talk video games?
And then Drew fucking jumps
totally.
on. Then Drew jumps on top of that, and it's like fucking extra racist.
Right.
Alright, we're done being racist.
No, come on, guys. The only way you can be
No,
racist is if
see-
you talk about black people.
Well, shit.
So hey,
Well, you know what? This was a year of racism. If we're gonna talk about that, we're
Yeah,
gonna talk about racism. Let's talk about racism, guys. Come on, let's roll up our sleeves and dig into that one.
Ferguson.
Before we do into any Ferguson things, because that's a really
They
too geek.
shot him.
We gotta be
They
instead
shot him.
of being on the racist
Oh, so
side of
there's not
things,
black geeks?
we have to be
Racist.
on the sexist side of things with the Fappening.
God. Okay.
Oh my god. We didn't even talk about the Fappening.
No, because you kept fucking
That's-
talking, and it took 10 minutes to get to this transition.
Well, look at that picture.
Why
Wow,
Tony
what
said we're going to
movies.
talk about the Fappening now. Did you not hear his transition there?
Yeah,
Jesus
Jesus.
fucking Christ.
You're too busy doing the shitty walk voice.
Oh, hello, you talk about Fappening?
So,
Hey,
Would you
Fappening
like
was
Fappening
one of the
with paper
biggest.
or plastic?